This is my new favourite pointer of all time. Let's find out why. Hello Darts Nutz. This is the Caliburn cylinder darts repointer. I bought this, I can't remember now, must be about 3 or 4 months ago from Darts Corner. And if you remember when I did the video on the Yaoye points, I mentioned that I'd used my new repointer to repoint them darts and was very impressed with it. So let's check it out. Alright, so I'll open it up now. I have actually already used it a fair bit, like I've mentioned, but one of the things that impressed me is you'll find when I open it up. So first of all, there's the tool itself. So a really heavy solid tool. Now what impressed me is that you've got the little bar there which fits on the end, but they also give you an extra one, which is good, and they also give you the 2 extra bolts for that part there, so if you lose them or the break, then you've got spare ones. They give you the little Allen key for that little section on there. Sometimes you don't always get that. And obviously you've got the Allen key for unscrewing the bolts there. So like I say, I was quite impressed that they give you an extra one of them and the other little extras. So first of all, that is one good thing. Anyway, I'll put that back, just move that out of the way. And I'll stick this on. It's dead easy to use, and when I did the video on the Yaoye points, I mentioned about this repointer, and I said that this new repointer that I had was doing better than what the Q-Sol one was, and the Q-Sol one is quite a favourite of mine. But I struggled to get the point out and the point in on the Q-Sol one, and I thought I'll try this, and with this it just worked perfectly. It's very simple to do. I mean, I've done plenty of these now, so you probably know, but if you've never seen one before, then obviously. So I'm going to get the Yaoye darts, and that little section there, as you can see, it's got a little groove in, so I'll just loosen these off a little bit so I've got plenty of space, and I'll just put the point in the little slot there, and then I'll tighten it up onto the thread, and I'll lift that up a little bit. And then now, the thing with these points that I've put on here, they've got grip on, so you could put a piece of paper or card there just to help protect the point a little bit, but it depends on how bothered you are. Now, you don't have to do this, but I tend to try and keep it level, and then I just tighten these nuts until it gets close, and then when I feel it biting, I just slow down a little bit, give it a little bit more of a turn, just make sure I've got it in level, and then I do it a little bit tighter. But what the other thing I like about this is the Q-Sol one was quite comfortable in the hand because it had like the curved edges, so there was nothing cutting into your hand. But as you can see, this one's narrow, but it's even more curvy. And it just fits in so comfortably in the hand, and it just feels so easy to do. So there you go, just turn it and it's coming out dead easy. And like I say, so far I haven't found any darts that have given me any problems using this. I've done maybe about, I don't know, 10 different sets, maybe 9 or 10, somewhere around there. I'm sure there'll be some dart that'll cause a problem, like, but what I like about it is what I've just mentioned, the fact that it feels comfortable in the hands, and if you get a really tough dart, it's not going to dig into the skin like some do. I was trying to do the dart I mentioned before with the Q-Sol one, and I just couldn't get it. I was absolutely knackered. So I'm just putting this point in. I don't even know if this point fits. I think this point was out of the Enso darts when I replaced them with them stupidly long points. So normally you have maybe around about 5 or 6 mil sticking out. So again, I'm just gonna do it to that point, tighten it up. Now you may be thinking, is there anything about this pointer that isn't good? Well, kind of. I'll let you know just now. Now, as you can see, this is a problem with a lot of these kind of pointers though. It doesn't look like it's lined up with the point. So as you're going forward, you've got to kind of be careful and guide the barrel towards the point. And you might not be able to see this now because I need to look at it a bit closer. So what I tend to do is I just guide the barrel onto the point, and then when it gets a little bit on, then I start tightening it a little bit more. Now, I've been told that you shouldn't really over tighten it, so I think maybe what the best thing to do is to maybe put a little mark on your point if you're going to be pedantic about it, and just measure 5 mil and then go up to that line. But it's whether how much bothered you are about it. I'm not massively bothered myself, so. But the one thing that I would say is not so great about it is the fact that that's as far as I can go. I would have liked a little bit more length, because some barrels you may have a bit more trouble, but the thing is that can open up wide, so you shouldn't have any problems. Now take your dart out of the thread and it just falls down through the hole. So whether that's designed to do that, I don't know, maybe it is. So there you go. Overall, I'm quite impressed with it. It's one of the most comfortable, or probably it actually is the most comfortable handheld one that I've ever had. And I've not tried every Repointer, of course, but so far this one, it just hasn't failed me, and it just feels really well made. It's really solid. It's just well built, and it just works so simply and perfectly. I'm quite impressed with it, and it's not a crazy price like some of them can be. So there you go. That's the Caliburn repointing tool, and for me so far it's the best one I've used. So I'll leave you with some pictures of it. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.